Well, at Addictions North East, we offer supported housing, accommodation, therapy, group therapy, counselling, training. We're prepared to work with anyone who wants recovery.
Very rarely addiction exists by itself. Normally there are associated issues with mental health and neurodiverse issues, and it's very important to take a view the whole lot should be worked together and not just in isolation.
The problem we have is if they have a mental health issue, they can't get support for that because people will put it down to the addiction, not just the mental health. Quite important really to get them on that abstinence path so then you can see what mental health issues are underlying. Is there any extra support needed?
The impact is huge, sort of length and breadth.
Well, I've got BPD, which is borderline personality disorder, but so for years I've self-medicated with drugs.
So I've always suffered with anxiety and depression since having my first child 11 years ago, but the drug use and the alcohol use I would say was a big part of the progression of that. So because I'm on a clear head now, I can ask for help, I can be honest about where I need help, and I can actually control my medication and take it correctly. So I think mental health for me has been a part of my journey, but it hasn't slowed my journey down, it hasn't subsided my journey. If anything, being here has helped progress in terms of taking care of myself mentally and physically.
Before I was using, I was diagnosed with OCD and bipolar, and then during my using I ended up going through an episode of psychosis. It's hard to describe how it felt, but once I explained that I've got the help.
You can process your emotions and you can sit with yourself more, where before I couldn't sit with myself, so I would use. The expectations that women have in society, you know, where you're meant to be maternal, you're meant to hold down a job, you're meant to look after the home, you're meant to be successful and beautiful and all them things. And if you chuck an addiction in that, it doesn't correlate at all. So I felt so much guilt and shame around that, and I used in my pregnancy and whatnot.
We take people from all over the North East, all over England now. I've been able to turn my life around with the help of these, and now I'm starting to become a productive member of society.
When people come in having spent a lot of time on drugs and alcohol, it's very hard for them to come to terms with their emotions. And during the first 10 weeks, that is a big problem for people. So we do lots of discussions, lots of work within the groups, and our group work is very successable.
Well, the support that you get from the staff, I can go to them for anything that I want, whether it's like for my mental health or if I feel as if I'm going to have thoughts on relapsing or anything like that. Emotional support, mental support, housing support.
We get one-on-ones that we go through how we're feeling, if there's any issues and stuff, and if we needed extra support, there'll be support there.
And we have different stages within our treatment process. So when somebody comes in new, the expectation is that they attend the therapy Monday to Friday, and then as they go through their treatment journey, we reduce the days down that they come into the centre, and that gives them that responsibility to fill them days, looking at what they can do in the community.
It's nice to just be surrounded with other people that are in the same position as you.
Group therapy runs all day, every day, Monday to Friday. I think the important part of that is they get to know people who's in the same boat, they start to make friendships, they start to make connections with people.
In early recovery, it's best if you're in a shared house. Others who are embarking on that journey or a little bit further on than you, then you've got round-the-clock support.
Living somewhere safe with people who've also struggled is second to none. Like someone who I live with will be in my life for the rest of my life.
We provide a comprehensive supported housing programme, and the core of our income comes from receiving housing benefit. But that isn't enough for us to run this organisation. We need to make certain that we've got services to do with therapy, counselling, advice and information to work with family members. So we need to devise ways of income generation. We're extremely lucky that through the association we were offered help and guidance in developing business plans. We are looking at economies of scale. We're expanding the number of houses that we have. We're expanding the number of training courses. We're reaching more people.
We've gone from having an annual turnover of £50,000 to over £1 million. And a lot of that can be accredited to working with the association and the partners they've introduced us to and the invaluable advice they've given us. It's been a real success story, and because our income has increased significantly, our offering to our client group is obviously increased significantly too. So we've gone from offering 4 placements to supporting over 100 people.
The association provided us with coaching and counselling, and we evolved a number of policies and practices for which we are now enjoying the benefit.
We see huge changes, and I think one of the big changes for me is seeing people go back into the community, be part of society and live a normal life. It's just great to watch, it's great to see that.
I do recommend it to people. Yeah, I'm always telling people about Addictions North East. They're an amazing team, and the facilities and everything what you get, your breakfast, your dinner, the support, the housing, it's fantastic and amazing. They've saved my life.
It's a good place to be. I can't thank it enough for what it is, you know what I mean?
I'd just like to say thank you to all the staff in Addictions North East, because without it I wouldn't be here, and it saved mine and my family's life. So I'd just like to say thank you.